All right, everybody. Welcome back. Let me bring the mic a little closer. I hope you guys are having a happy. What are we on? Wednesday? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday already, y'all. Like when you're working, doing family stuff, the week flies by. You don't even know it. So, but yeah, I hope you're having a happy Thursday. We're gonna be continuing our Jimi Hendrix painting. This is a recreation. I've said this before multiple times that my father owned this painting, and I have the picture of it up there so you can see it. Every time I try to point it out, like the pointer's not big enough to see, but it's this one that's all jacked up. And I have the some reference photos to kind of go off of. And we're kind of recreating this, but we're going to do it in my style, and I'm going to change a few things up. Obviously, mine will be a little bit more detailed. We're not going super duper detailed, but it will be a little bit more detailed. And I still want to kind of do like the shirt with the blue, not the flower design that's in the picture. But I do want to put like the gold, like make the medallion gold. I think it was gold. I'm not sure. Because I don't have a color version of this one, but we'll do it in gold, and we'll just do his rings in gold, because I don't really know what color they were. And I think in the picture it's gold here, and the chain I think was gold in the original. So we'll keep some similar color palette, and we're going to be slightly more detailed, but we're going to try to hold back and not go completely photorealistic or anything like that. Just to kind of recreate the painting in like kind of my style, and that'll be that, y'all. I think we're gonna do maybe some flesh tones on the chest, where this one is dark. So I think we will have more of that. And I got a text message here. What is going on? Oh. 24th. What's today? Today's the 19th. Okay, so that's coming up. No worries. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we can go to our painting, y'all. Let's go to the live scene. So here we are. We will get started here. Let me grab. I got a palette cleaned off. Actually, I didn't get it all cleaned off. There's some white stuck on here. Sometimes the paint gets stuck in these little grooves. I just wish I could get a nice flat one on me, I guess. So let's see. I always like to have some clear. So gesso is good. So we'll add some gesso to the palette. It looks white, but it is clear. This is a transparent paint, and this one is a mixing white, which actually has white in it. So we'll do a little mixing white. That way it's a little thin. We can add, I could put some titanium to the side of it. Put a little titanium white on the side of that. All right. So, and then, I have it's like a skin tone, and this is what we're kind of primarily mixing from. So I think I'm gonna put this off to this side. Boom. And I have another skin tone that I've been mixing it with. I forget what the name. This is a flesh tint. It's called. I don't even know. I can't really tell the name of that one, but whatever. So I've been kind of bouncing between these two to make our skin tones. And we need a black. We should always have a black. Put a black off to the side. Black on there. Boom. And today, I don't know if I'm gonna do blue today. I might need a little red if I go back into the lips. So we'll just put a dot of red off to the side as well. Some red. And you know what? Just in case we need to kind of make him a little, we can add some yellow. Because I do kind of want to do the back. You know what? Let's do yellow in the middle here. So we can kind of make that glow. Because I think the glow is kind of a yellowish kind of color. So we can go with doing the glow around him. Maybe we'd start with the glow. What if we do that? I need a different brush for the glow. I think we go with like a more of a fatter brush. We'll do like some, let's see, how we're gonna do this glow. So we got some clear. Maybe we do a little titanium with the yellow. So we're gonna put titanium here, boom. We're gonna scoop some yellow out. Make a mustard kind of color maybe. Let's go yellow. Now, we'll get rid of a lot of that. So we'll take some clear and some mixing white. And we'll just kind of scoop that in there. And we're gonna get that in with that yellow. And we're gonna try to make the glow like a soft yellow, I guess. Let's get a little more of that transparent in there. I think that might be too bright, so we're gonna get some more of that mixing white, kind of dull it down some. I think that'll work. So we want that glow around him, right? So let's just kind of like see where we're at with it. So maybe we just kind of touch it a little bit. Okay, so it might be a little too strong, which is fine. What we could do is take some water, kind of go in with the water, and this will soften it up. I may need to just add water to it and go in there, and you know, we can kind of make this glow around him. We just kind of want to stretch it out a little bit. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay. Just to kind of start and see how it'll look, you know. Go ahead and put a little more yellow in there. And, you know, maybe we'll make the glow stronger near his body, you know. Oh, my nose is itching. What does it mean when your nose itches, y'all? I know there's all those little sayings about if your knee is this, is a storm and all that. What does it mean if your nose itches? Huh? Anybody? Hit me up in the comments. When you got the itchy nose, what does that mean? Just gotta scratch that motherfucker? Maybe that's what it means. Alright. We want to kind of like make a nice glow around him, so we're just going to kind of, you know, I might need to go with a different brush. I know if your hand's itching, it's like what? If your hand is itching, it's supposed to be you're going to get some money. If your nose is itching, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Alright, I like a dry brush. Alright. We're gonna just kind of dip this one, dab it, get this yellow, and kind of do like this maybe. Let's see, we got a fan brush. That's what this is called. And we're gonna just kind of fan brush it. See if we can make a nice little glow coming off of him. Maybe it's like aura or something, I don't know. Maybe it's like he's on fire. Is he on fire? Maybe our picture will be more like he's on fire. There we go. Okay, let's dip that in some water and dab it off. Slap some more of that yellow on there. And we're gonna kind of go along the side here and just kind of brush it out and come up with it. Maybe my glow will be more like he's on kind of fire or something. I don't know. Getting some little bits and pieces there on the canvas there. Don't want that. Okay. Okay. All right. Get up in there in the hair maybe a little bit, get that glow going. And you know, I'll come back and touch it with the brown around him. Kind of want to get in there though. You know, you want to get in there, some of those spots, and you want to give him like a mystic glow. A mystic glow coming off of him. All right. Oh shoot, I hit the brown by accident. I'll wash that off. Okay, let's get that brown out of there. I may have to redo some of that. It's all to the good. Sometimes accidents happen. As Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents. All right, let's do another little mix, and we'll try to like bring the glow around, you know. So let me see what we did. We did a little bit of yellow. That's enough. We had a little bit of titanium, a little bit of mixing, and a little bit of translucent. Probably more translucent, right? Let's go with more translucent, more mixing. Okay. It's not there yet. Let's get a little water in that. Definitely need more mixing white. I want to soften it up more. Okay, let me get some of that paint off of there. Boom, boom. Translucent. Trying to get a good glowy kind of mix. Might have to get some more titanium in that mix there. There we go. Soften it up. Okay. It's not quite there yet. Okay, let's scoop that out. Scoop that out. Scoop that out. Mix that in there. Let's get more translucent in there. All right. Well, we can see how this looks. So let's mix that off. Got the itchy nose. Got the itchy nose, y'all. Don't know what the itchy nose means, but I got the itchy nose. All right. We're just gonna tap it a little bit. Let's go on this side. So what if we start on this side with a, okay. Okay, that might be a little too much. So what we're gonna do is dab water, kind of bring it off, and just do like this. We're trying to create the glow around him. And we can always touch this up later. We're just gonna get it going for our painting today, just so we have like a little bit of a glow around him. It's easy right there. Just dab in there. Should have like a little bit of a yellow tint, not a whole lot. In the actual painting, it looks a lot more yellow, I think, or a lot more yellowish kind of color. Mine's gonna be a little bit more whiter, I guess. But we can maybe add a little yellow to it later. Let's just get a nice glow going around him. And I'm just using a fan brush right now. We kind of want to go into the hair just a little bit, which is fine. And we want to touch the clothing, just to come off the clothing a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. My nose is itching. It's crazy, y'all. I don't know why it's itchy, but it's itchy. Put a little water in there. Okay. I think I might have dabbed a little too much, but it's okay. Just touch it on that. And we're gonna kind of get into the hair a little bit. And we can always like fix the hair up later because we want those little strands in there, you know. He has a lot of little strands, and we're gonna kind of make our glow, I guess, look more like an aura or something coming off of him. And we'll hit that up later. Come in. I may have to move the top there to hit this, but that's fine. Okay. All right. That's fine. We can always hit the hair up later, like I said, and you know, we're gonna have that kind of weird glow around him, you know. Like I said, mine may look more like an aura. I don't know. And we can always touch it up later. Like I said, you can hit it with this water brush. Here we got a little water on it, and it'll thin it out. And that'll be fine. Okay. Oh man, I got the itchy nose. All right, I need to move this up. Let me see. Am I grabbing the wrong one? Yeah. I'm gonna move this up so we can hit the top. Okay. There we go. And a lot of times with my painting, I wanna go into that folded area, you know. Okay. Okay, we can always touch the glow up later, y'all, too, to make it look more faded or whatever. That's fine. All right, that was fine for right now. I think that's cool. We got a nice little glow going around him, and we can always mess with it later. And the strands of hair, we can always bring that back later. So, all right. So we got kind of a glow going around him. Now, let's do a little bit of his hand. We'll do some work on his hand. So, I know for these flesh tones, I kind of did some of this brown. We'll dip that. You know, we're going to use this yellow. And that's how we're going to get our flesh tone. Okay, a little bit of that yellow. Get it lighter. Okay, that's going to be fine. And what I can do is mix that off. And we can grab some of this flesh tone here. I don't need a lot, maybe a little bit. And mix that in. That's going to get us closer to the color that we want. Now this will be our base to go off of right here. Adding some yellow into it. Okay. Let's see how this looks. So we got some dark dots on his arm that I noticed. So we want to make sure we capture those. I think that color is going to be pretty close to what we want. I just want to make sure I capture those dots. So let's go ahead and hit the dots with the darker brown. It's like a mole. There's like two moles on his hand there. On his arm, I'm sorry, not his hand, his arm. Okay, we can take that off and we can mix that in, and that's fine. Okay. Okay, oops. Okay. You get that off of there. I made a mistake there. Happy little accidents, you know, happy little accidents. Just straighten it out like that. There we go. Just straighten it out. Just like that. There we go. Oh man. I have no idea what causes itchy nose. but it doesn't feel good. Let's just go with that. Okay. We are going to keep working this, y'all. And like I said, I'm not doing a one-for-one likeness of the original painting. That's something we're not doing. We're going to make our own version that's similar. That's all I'm going for, y'all. Our own version that's similar. Okay. Oh. Okay. Ah. Our own version that's similar. That's all we want. You know. And it's gonna be fine. All right, so we got the two molds in place. This one's actually a little too big, I think, so we can cut that one a little bit. Should be a little bit smaller. Okay. Can add a little more darker color into it too. For right here. Which, you know, I may need a little black. So you know what? I'm gonna reserve this for brown and black here. So we get like a darker chocolate right here. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. There we go. I want that much darker for the shadows. Okay. Because there's a nice little shadow right here. Nice little shadow. So let's just go dark. Right there. And the shadow actually comes down and it kind of touches in there. So let's do this. Right there. And it comes like that. Okay. And we'll take a little more black. Okay. Let's get this shadow darker. Right in there. Darker. And I may need to use a smaller brush, so let's take that. And just hit it here. Black. Okay. All right. I'm gonna kind of get in there and some of those dark spots. Okay. And we'll just come down, kind of fade that like that. Get some of this. There we go. And start going over that part. Some of this darker color here. Lighter. Okay. And we're just gonna keep working this, y'all. Like, I mean, I really enjoy painting, man. And we're just trying to have fun with it. That's all. At the end of the day, you just gotta have fun with your artwork. You know, is everything gonna be perfect? I don't go for perfect. I just go for, am I having a good time doing the painting? Okay. This is like a gold color, so we're gonna go with that. But I think the tip part here is where his finger is, so we'll do that. And then the ring should be the rest of the way there. Okay. So we're getting pretty good with what we got going so far, y'all. Pretty good. At the end of the day, it's looking pretty good. Oops, that's a little bit too much yellow in that one. Go ahead and kind of adjust that a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, we're starting to look pretty good, I think. We could probably take a little bit of this black. Let's mix it a little bit darker. And put this mole, because the mole is very tiny there. Make it a little darker. A little bit darker. It's got one there, one there. Okay. And we can lighten that up there. All right. Okay, that's looking pretty good, I think. I think the hand is looking good. So we can actually do, maybe a little more with some flesh tones. Let's see if I can get some more of this mixing white in here. May need a scoop of that a little bit, kind of lighten it up some more. And get some of this white titanium in there. You'll lighten it up a little bit. Okay, let me see where that's at. So I definitely want a little bit lighter in here. Okay, want some lighter spots right here. His nose is definitely lighter, but we need to tailor that down some. There. Okay, and there's some lighter spots right in here, but it's more like that. Okay, it's also in here. It should be a little lighter, just above the eye here. Okay, and just above this eye should be a little lighter. Okay, all right, and we get a little bit of wet here because it should, like, his skin should be a little lighter here as well. Come in just over this. Just over this too. A little lighter there too. Okay, let's get that off of there. Okay. This should be blacker here, much darker here. Okay, so that's about right now. As far as the eyes, I think his eyes are really dark. I do kind of want to have it like a little chocolate dark in the eyes, but I think we'll touch the eyes later. Maybe I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just hit the white in there, just so we know that there is some white spots in there. Okay, I gotta get some of this water off of there, man. So we know there's like little white spots here. Oh. Okay. And it's like a very tiny spot right here. Corner there. Okay. And it's mostly, actually, that's actually kind of dark as well. So let's fade it out. Here, take some water, and we're gonna fade that out because it comes faded to where the eye actually hits, like right in there. Boom. And do a little bit of white on this side. Where the eye kind of touches there. And that's good for right now. We won't actually do more eyes. We'll do more on the eyes later. I think what we want to do is focus on getting the hand and all this other stuff looking good, and maybe some more in the face, like kind of touching the face up a little bit for right now, because there's some light spots that should be in there, like right here. There's some light spots right in here that should be hit. Okay. There's some spots on this side that kind of need to be lightened up as well, like right in here. Kind of be by the jawline, you know. Kind of coming up with that, like that. Okay. This part can kind of be a little lighter here. Up in there. Can definitely go a little lighter here too, with a little spike looking spot right there. Comes down. Just a little bit lighter right there. Like that. Okay, and then probably on this cheek here, a little lighter right there. And a little lighter right there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Shadow's looking pretty good. I think the mustache needs a little work. I may have to just do like a dark brown with black to kind of hit it the way I want it. See if this will work. Okay, there's something going on there. Good. And you know what? It actually should be a little lighter above his lips there. So let's, you know what? Let's change this up. Change gears. So it should be a little lighter above here too. So just up in here. It's a little bit lighter there. Also like right in here. You know, like that. And just under here, right there. A little lighter there. A little lighter here. And a little lighter right there. Okay. I think also with the lips, we could probably do like a little bit translucent brown over it. Let's see. Let's see how this will look. So, a little bit of translucent. Okay. And his lips should come. I might need a little bit more dark on that. Let's see. What's this? His lips should kind of go like right up in here. And you should see that. And up in there. You know. We need it darker in there for sure. So right in here. I actually have to go with black in there. Okay, let's try this. Okay. The lips are not as prominent as they should be, so we need to kind of fix that. I think I might need to add some of this in there. Let's see. Let me see. It should come. I gotta get it kind of flat. I might have to get a smaller brush to fix this up. Okay. Because it definitely needs to have that lighter kind of tone up under there. And then like right in here, it should cut in. Like right there. Okay, so we're gonna have to mess around with the lips some, but I think we can get them. We can get them right. Could definitely get them right. Definitely gonna take a little reworking or whatever. Okay. 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 So we are working this, y'all, as best we can, y'all. Let's see here. So there should be like a very light spot that comes down right there too. Like that. Okay. 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 I mean, we're working it as best we can. I think we're getting there slowly, y'all. Okay. I mean, it's looking pretty good, I think. And that's all that matters. Okay. All right. I do want to get a little more light spots in some other areas. Let's see if I can mix a little batch here. Like in here, it should be a little lighter. Like right in here. Definitely some right here. Okay. Go in there. Okay. I think it's coming along, y'all. It's taking a little time, but it's coming along. I could definitely go with a little more yellow in the aura. I think I'm gonna use a different type of brush when we do that. Where we at? We're at 15 minutes already. Like, time flies, man, when you're painting and having fun. Let me see if I can find a different brush, kind of like work on that aura or something, and then we'll call it, y'all. I think what we could do is take some white, boom, do a little bit of yellow, and we can kind of dab in there maybe. That might be too much. It might be too strong. We definitely need a lot of white. Let me see if I can lighten it up some. Take some of that. Alright. Alright, I kind of want to see what that does. I might need to kind of thin that out some. So maybe we'll touch it and then thin it out. Alright. Let's see. So I'll work on this aura as we go then. We may have to do a lot more with it. Or this kind of lighting effect in the back. Okay, we'll just mess with this as we go along, and I think it's gonna be fine at the end of the day. There we go. And we'll kind of work that in as we go, man. I'll definitely bring it out a little bit more on the sides and stuff too. You know, like coming down the sides. You know. So yeah, I think it's coming along, y'all. We're kind of getting it the way we want it, I think. I'm gonna work on the chain and stuff next time. We'll do the jacket in blue. Then we'll touch with some hair, because there's a lot of little strands we're gonna need to add in there and stuff. And we'll do something with the eyes. And I also, you know what? I do want some like his chest. So it's got like a dark shadow here, but we can definitely come in and give him a, skin tone chest. Come in here, maybe do this. Make it somewhat like he's, visible in there. Maybe we just fade it down or something. And this should come all the way up to his collarbone. I was trying not to go over an hour, but we're gonna end up doing it, y'all. It is what it is. Okay, let's just scoop some out. Let's just go ahead and do some shadows here. Get some skin tone in there. So kind of want to fade it from there. Fade to black there. So let's go ahead and get this going. Like we definitely need it darker here. It's kind of where his chest kind of shows out there. And it's a little darker there. Okay. Just kind of do that. Get some color in there. Okay, go ahead and slap some more of that in there. Just go ahead and get it mixed in. There we go. Slap some paint on there. All right. So we're kind of straightening some things out, fixing some things up, whatever. Um, okay. All right. There's also his collarbone, which is right under here. So you can kind of touch that in. Maybe go a little darker with that. You know, right there. Boom. And we can take some of this and just kind of mix that in there. Okay, and it's kind of shadowed in there, so that'll be fine. And the chain could actually be shadowed from there, actually. So you can go with some black and brown mix there. Kind of darken that in there, right there. Yeah, and should be like a hint of like it going up here, so maybe just like a hint there. Boom. Okay. All right. Well, this is where we're at today, y'all. I think this is coming along. There's always more and more I could just be working on and messing around with, but ultimately, you know, we gotta cease at some point. So I think we're gonna call it from here. I think we're going to call it from here. All right. So this is kind of where we're at. We'll do blue. I think I wanted to do more with the lips, but I think I need to kind of touch it a little bit. Let me see if I can. Can I get a little pink going? Just a little slight pink. I don't want it too red. That's the thing. It needs to be like just a slight pink. All right, this might be a little too much, but we're gonna try it, y'all. It's right there. Like I might have to go a little darker on one side. slightly darker, maybe. Let me try this. Let me try this. What if we do this? I don't know. I will mess with that more next time. I think this is where we end it today, y'all. I think this is where we're going to end it today. And we'll work more on the order later and stuff, you know. And we'll bring in some more color. I think I got it a little too dark there as well. I do want to kind of, I need that to be lighter, I think. There. Can I just touch it maybe with this? No. I need to kind of lightly brush it. Lightly brush it maybe. That might do the trick. I don't know. Kind of fade it a little bit. Especially here too. But it's all good. We'll work on it more tomorrow. I think we're getting there. There's little things I need to kind of like get closer to in here too. Where are we at? We're at over an hour, so oh well. It is what it is. I didn't stick with what I was doing, so we're gonna just kind of touch this up. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just get in there and do it right now. Bam. All right, that looks good. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that, and then tomorrow, next week. So let's bring this in, y'all. I need to close it out today. So let's go to our close up. All right, cool. We'll bring the mic in. Ah. All right, there we go. I might be clipping a little too close. So we got some good stuff done today. We will do some gold next time. We'll do the shirt in blue. We'll work on the aura some, and we'll work on some hair. All next week. We're gonna work on that through the next week and just tighten it up. And the eyes, I think his eyes are really dark in all the pictures I see, but it should have like a little bit of brown in there. So I think we're gonna go like, you know, some dark browns in his eyes, and then, you know, put like a little reflection on there, and that will be his eyes, leaving the pupil like black or whatever, with maybe like a little spot of white, you know, on each eye. And that should do the trick, I think, to make his eyes kind of come out. And we're gonna be real simple with the shirt, like in the original picture. I think I'm gonna do the blue, just the outline, and we'll hit some blacks in there. You know, we'll kind of fade it maybe or something, and leave space for a signature somewhere in the shirt. And I think this is going to come along really well. We're just gonna keep working a little bit day by day, each day. And we should finish it maybe next week, I'm thinking, if I can paint on Monday. So that's the goal. We'll try to paint on Monday and finish it up by the end of the week. If not, we'll go another week into it or whatever. But I do like what we got going, and I just want to, like, you know, kind of get it, like I said, similar to the original, yet, you know, in my own style kind of deal, you know. So, and I think we're going to achieve that. So, till next time, y'all. Tomorrow, I meant to mention this. Tomorrow we'll be playing some Crimson Desert. I do have it preloaded. I won't be playing it tonight, but I will play it tomorrow. So that will be our stream for tomorrow. We'll get some gaming in. And next week we'll continue with our podcast, and then on Monday, and then some more painting on Monday too. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sorry, and then more Crimson Desert on each Friday. I think that's what we're gonna do. So that should be our schedule going forward, y'all. If you want to stay tuned. So till next time, you know what to do. I'm out of here, y'all.